Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Adam, how's it going up there in DC?
It's been going well, Stephen. It's been a pretty warm, hot weekend, but everything else is going good. How about you?
I can't complain. I had a very chill weekend, which I'm not complaining about.
Yeah, and we got a 3-day weekend, so that's going to be nice.
Yeah. Well, I have a Thursday, Friday. Yeah, I'm on Thursday and Friday, so that'll be good. Yeah.
You just going to staycation, I assume.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. Well, I'll be here though. I'll definitely
Yeah,
be
yeah,
here in
yeah.
Atlanta.
That's a good idea.
Well, listen, I'll let you and Chike take it away with movie reviews.
Sure thing. So the movie I saw this weekend was the latest released by Jon Stewart, and I think this was his first movie he's directed and written, and it's a political film called Irresistible. And this movie follows the story of Gary Zimmer, who's played by Steve Carell, as a political consultant that is kind of down on his luck after the 2016 election. So his company finds a viral video of this guy in a small town in, I want to say, Wisconsin, that kind of speaks to honest values and stuff like that. So he decides to head over there and turn him into a Democratic mayoral candidate for this small town. Doing that kind of spins things out of control, and the Republican National Party also sends their own political consultant to endorse the mayor, and it becomes this whole big farce of overspending, creating all these kind of crazy things in this small town that has a population of like 5,000. And what happens when big political consultants get involved in small town politics. So overall, it's a pretty good movie. It has a good message. Jon Stewart wrote it with a purpose, and he really wanted people to see how things changed. And Steven, I don't know if you remember, but a few years ago we had that John Ossoff campaign that raised like $20-30 million for just a small Senate seat or House seat. So it's kind of reminiscent to that. And everyone does a good job in it. It's a rental, so you'd have to spend $20, but definitely check it out. It really makes you think about how not hundreds in this case, but tens of millions of dollars are spent on irrational things that really should be spent better other places. But again, overall, it's a brand new release, and definitely check it out.
Yeah, I had a feeling that you were going to see that one. Because it really, honestly, was really the only new early release that came out.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have a feeling that Adam's going to see that. So I didn't watch it just because I knew you were going to do it.
Nice.
So it's worth it?
Yeah, I'd say it's worth it. It's right now we just need so much new content that we're not getting in the kind of the film space. So definitely, I think it's worth it. It's not, and it's not as funny as you're going to expect it to be. I know Jon Stewart's a pretty funny person, and it does have its moments, but definitely follow it more for the story.
Okay, cool. So the film that I saw was the Athlete A documentary on Netflix, which discusses the abuse of some of the gymnasts on the Olympic teams. There was a documentary not too long ago on HBO, kind of the same nature. And this talks about Dr. Larry Nassar and how for years he's been abusing women on the American gym team, and how the organization basically covered it up. And there was some kind of stipulation in their bylaws. If a parent or the athletes themselves did not sign a statement, then basically they would not call the authorities to investigate. And they were duping the parents, and they were telling the parents that they could jeopardize an investigation if you spoke to anyone about it. We're handling it. The FBI is involved. All things to stave them off, to keep them from saying anything leading up to the games. So championships are won, medals are won, ranking is done, all under the molestation and all under them staving stuff back just so that they can get these credentials. it's horrible.
That's crazy.
To think that, you know, an organization like the Olympics and some of these gym houses are allowing abuse to happen right up underneath their noses, and parents are right there unaware. One of the girls said that she was in the middle of a exam, and the way that he positioned his body was between her and her mother, and he was basically feeling her up in front of her mother, but because of the mother's obstructive view, she didn't see anything.
Wow.
Right there. He felt that confident. He's been doing it that long that he's going to do it right in front of her parents.
Jeez.
And so much fear had been instilled in those girls just simply because of the regiment that they go through just to be a gymnast. And it's decades of trust for your trainer and the establishment surrounding what's supporting you to be a gymnast. And they relinquished all their power and their trust into these organizations. Parents weren't even really allowed to be on the premises when they went to camp because they said it was good for training.
Wow.
It's horrible, man. Check it out. It's really, it will disturb you. It will shake you up, but I think it's a truth that needs to be absorbed.
Oh, definitely.
Because these are the things that are going on in some of our establishments when it concerns our children. Almost like, you know, I hate to put it out there, but it's the truth, the Catholic Church and how they cover up stuff and how priests are moved from parish to parish after they've been, I don't know. It was pretty deep. It was mind blowing. Check it out. It's very disturbing.
And it's on Netflix?
And it's on Netflix, Athlete A. The second thing that I want to talk about is the final season of Greenleaf, which premiered last week. Whoa. They started off with the drama. They're not playing. And I guess it's going to get even hotter because there's a spinoff happening off of Greenleaf. We don't know what it is yet, but I guess as this plot reveals itself and we get further into the storyline, we'll see what happens with that spinoff from Greenleaf. And of course, The Chi was phenomenal last night. Anyone who wants to discuss it, you can reach out to me online and we can discuss it. But The Chi is phenomenal. And it will be phenomenal. One of our strong Black shows on television.
Yeah.
Steven, you see anything?
I did watch a movie. It's called The Night Clerk. I watched that on Netflix. It started off kind of crazy, but it ended up being really good. Then I watched this other movie. Oh, The Most Hated Woman in America. It was about this woman. It is a true story. She was an atheist who, you know, she had gone to school for law, and you know, it didn't happen for her. She had 2 sons, and she's an atheist, and she found her passion by getting prayer out of the schools, and she went on to have this big old center. She had a lot of people, of course, that were against her because of what she believed, and she was very outspoken with her beliefs. I remember one time she was leaving a talk show and someone said, "Jesus loves you." And she said, "So does Santa Claus," and kept walking. And he tried to shoot her. You know, she was a trip. But I watched that documentary. I won't tell you how it ended, but I actually ended up looking her up on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And the woman who played her, she did a really great job playing. I can't think of her name, the actress, but she was in this other movie I love. I can't think of the name of that either. Anyway, but she if you see her, you know exactly who she is. But that was good. And I watched another movie, but I can't remember what it was called. But I watched a lot of documentaries. Like I said, I watched the Sandra Bland documentary on Hulu. And I watched another one about Dorothy Dandridge. It just happened to be like 30 minutes. I actually fell asleep on it, but yeah. Anyway.
You caught up on a lot of stuff, Steven.
Yeah.
I guess when we can't go anywhere, there's nothing else to do.
Exactly. Anything coming down the pipeline?
Just as I said last week, Hamilton this weekend on Hulu Plus. I'm looking forward to, and I mean not Hulu Plus, Disney Plus, and that's really the only thing I can. I mean, I've tried to look on the radar to see, because you know all the big releases are pushed back: Mulan, Wonder Woman, James Bond. I wish some of them would come out maybe earlier, at least on streaming.
It just seems like they're laying and waiting for this big resurgence back into normal life, which is not going to happen. Like I can't even see like when they finally open up theaters, people actually going to theaters and
Yeah,
going to go see movies.
and the theaters that are kind of reopening are just showing like classic movies, which is fine. But I want to see something new in this theater, and that's just not going to happen for a while.
By the way,
And
the actress that played the woman Madeline Murray, her name was Melissa Leo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Melissa Leo, Oscar award-winning Melissa Leo.
Yeah.
Yes. So I just don't see how going back to the theater is going to work with the whole social distancing and everything. So that means if I go to the movies with someone, we can't even sit together and pal around in the theater like I normally would. It's not going to be the same for me. I'd rather be home.
Yeah,
I'd rather be home too.
So I'm really wishing that someone will break and release one of these movies we've been waiting since March to watch to just throw it on the streaming.
Most definitely.
Yes.
Well, listen, guys, as always, thank you for letting us know what to spend our time and sometimes our money on. And hope you'll have a great week.
All right. Thanks, you too.
All right. Right back after this.